Hey guys, thank you for stopping by Cosmic Light Body. My name is Mark, and in this video I wanted to talk about synchronicities. Why do we see them? What do they mean? What are we supposed to do about them? Those types of questions are going to be answered, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. If you have not already, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. In this video, I wanted to discuss the idea of synchronicities. What do they mean? What are we supposed to do with them? You know, I frequently will experience synchronicities, whether it be just a knowing of something maybe I see out during the day that triggers a memory of something. Maybe I'll hear a song on the radio that I had been thinking about recently, or I'll see groups of numbers. This is a very popular one. Seeing repeating numbers, whether it be on the clock, you know, an 11:11 type of thing, a 4:44, 2:22, whatever it may be, focusing in on those types of things and actually looking at the clock at the exact moment. That's the type of thing I'm talking about regarding a synchronicity. So what is this all about? What is it telling us? Are we supposed to take this as guidance as far as an action to take? How do we know what we're supposed to do? Well, when I see these synchronicities, I'll have thoughts come to mind. Like, you know, the first thing will be, well, what was I doing in that moment? What was I thinking of right before I had the synchronicity? So that immediately activates the mind and it gets the mind involved. So if I was thinking about maybe taking an action, or I had some sort of decision that I was maybe wrestling with, and then I'll have a synchronicity, the mind will come in and say, okay, well, I see these sets of numbers. It must mean something. I need to either go this way with this decision or go that way. But it gets a little tricky, because then it's like, well, which way do I go, right? We feel like we have this message, we have this guidance, but we don't really get the answer we're looking for. Or to phrase it better, we don't really get the answer that we think we need. And need, we know, comes from a standpoint of lack. So immediately the mind comes in and says, okay, well, we have to try to decipher this. We have to translate it. And I have learned that that is not the response that we want to take when we experience a synchronicity. So I'm going to explain a little bit further. These events are simply, it's an alignment of frequency. Okay, whether you're seeing 444, 222, 1111, 111, whatever it may be, it's an alignment of frequency, and it's a repeating frequency. That's why we have series of numbers. And we're going to use the numbers just as an example, because I know most of you have probably experienced that type of a synchronicity. So instantly we'll go off and we'll want to say, okay, well, these numbers have meaning, so we have to go determine what the meaning is. So maybe we'll go to the internet, or we'll know from our past experience what these numbers mean, and we'll feel good about it. And then we'll think maybe we're on the right track, okay, because we've received a synchronicity. So we need to keep doing what we've been doing, or we need to keep moving or making decisions that are moving us in the direction that we've been doing, because we just received a validation. Well, I'm realizing that synchronicities really are not about one decision or another, or a certain direction to move. It is simply a manifestation of a frequency that we are aligned with. That's why it's repeating. It means we're hitting this frequency consistently, so we're seeing these repeating numbers. And when we align with this frequency, when we're really feeling this frequency, we might not be so much aware of it, but our soul is coming up and it's saying, okay, take a look at the clock. So we look at the clock and we see it. So it's simply a validation of an alignment of a frequency. And what does that mean? That means we are moving into alignment with our soul's energy. We're clearing our blockages. We're spending less time in the mind. We're doing or acting more from our soul and less from our mind. So we're simply falling into that frequency, okay? And that frequency is being manifested in the synchronicity. Same thing with like a song. So if there's a song that you've been thinking about and feeling, and then it comes on the radio, it's like, wow, That's a synchronicity. What was I thinking right before that song came on? Well, again, this is just a manifestation of a frequency that you've been aligned with. So if that particular song resonates with you on some level, it makes you feel a certain way, that is the thing that we are supposed to be identifying with, or aligning with. Let's use the term aligning with, okay? Feeling that frequency. So it's not so much, well, I was thinking about doing this or this, and then the song came on, so now I know I have to go off in one direction and try to decipher and determine what the synchronicity meant. Simply a validation that you were aligned with a frequency. So we look back at the feeling. So I know a lot of people try to guide their lives with synchronicities. That gets into the mind a lot with trying to decipher, because with every decision we have, we can make, with every choice, we could go off in different directions. If it's a simple yes/no decision, one way is yes, one way is no. And when we bring the synchronicity into that decision-making process, we're bringing the mind into it. We're asking the mind to kind of analyze what it all means. And the mind a lot of times is going to move us off in a direction that it thinks we need to move in. So the bottom line with this video is to not be so focused on what the synchronicity means, or which way we're supposed to move in our life, what path we're supposed to go down based on that synchronicity, because then again, we're giving power to the mind. What we need to do is just feel what those synchronicities mean as they come up and sink into that emotion or that feeling, that frequency, because again, we have been aligning with it, and these all are different frequencies being manifested out into our reality in different ways. And yes, they mean that we have touched something within, and that is good. That is what we want. That's an alignment, and they're manifesting out. So all we want to do when we experience these synchronicities is just fall into that feeling and just give love and gratitude to that, and know that the frequency that we have been aligning with is manifesting out into our reality, and we are becoming aware of it. That is all that it is. So next time you experience a synchronicity, try not to be pulled into the mind to try to analyze or make life type decisions based on that. Just know that you are aligning with your soul, and it is manifesting out, and savor and sink in and feel that feeling that you're experiencing that very moment. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, click the notification bell, and as always, if this video resonated with you, hit the like button. Thank you so much.